Does skipping breakfast ruin your metabolism? At any time of year, but particularly now when we're liable to have meals where we eat, shall we say, in massive excess, not having certain other meals, or at least having considerably less, is an easy way to start to pull back that average. So we know we're going to have a massive lunch and a massive evening meal on a certain day. Not having breakfast that day, or at least a considerably smaller breakfast, is a way to take that total down. And in a fairly high proportion of times when I mention that to people, they express concern that skipping breakfast will ruin their metabolism because that's what they've heard, or they've read similar posts to the one shown behind me. And it's a quick one to answer. The answer is no. And when you think about it, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Our metabolism is ultimately a series of processes that are involved in conversion of things that come into our body, like food, into usable energy, for excess energy to be stored as body fat, and then for that energy to be released from body fat for use. And I really struggle to see how different periods of not eating would affect how much energy our body uses, all else being equal. Now, if our eating frequency made us more or less active, that would affect the amount of energy we use. But that's not our metabolism, that's just being more or less active. If we were equally active, I don't know where this extra energy magically would come from or go if our not eating breakfast had somehow changed our metabolism. Ultimately, we can't create or destroy energy. It just changes forms. That's a fundamentally accepted law of physics. And if we think that we have to eat certain meals or it messes things up, then that's liable to make us eat even more than we have to. Now, there's clearly an argument to be made that we're probably better off having 3 square, not excessive meals per day. But if that's not going to happen because some of those meals are going to be, shall we say, considerably more than square, continuing to eat the same amount of those other meals because we think it's going to affect our metabolism, it is just shooting ourselves in the foot. It's the total amount that we have in the day and really across the course of the week and how that compares to our overall energy usage that is key. So if skipping breakfast on some of the days over Christmas or any other time means that we reduce our overall input, brilliant. If it means we're starving hungry and we have snacks and it increases our overall intake, not so good. But particularly at this time of year, skipping breakfast or any other meal, if it means you consume less overall, is not just fine, it's probably quite a good idea.